Hey, this is Eduardo Sanchez, co-director of the Blair Witch Project, and you're listening to Without Your Head.
Welcome to the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neil.
That would make me Terrible Troy.
And we're joined by writer, director, editor, and producer Jill Gevargizian.
You got it.
Good man, Neil.
I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Been practicing all day. And that's the end of the interview now. So
Yeah, he's just proud of himself. Let's move on.
Director of photography and producer Jordon Rioux.
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
Did he get it?
He did not get it right.
I did not. Oh, that's so. I didn't even try that one. I figured.
Jill didn't tell anybody. She didn't even get it right.
What is it?
It's Rio.
Rio. All right. I'll edit that. That'll
be perfect.
Apparently, I have no friends here.
I've never met this guy.
And producer Chris Knitter. I assume
you got that. You got mine right.
All right. Very good.
Very good.
2 for 3 now. Not bad.
Yeah. Damn. Well, it's good to have you all here, and let everyone know you guys your new short film 42 Counts. I believe that premieres at Chattanooga Film Festival next week.
Yep. Next
on
Friday
the 5th.
at 5 p.m.
Very cool.
It's Friday the 6th.
The Friday 6th. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's good. So so what's it going to be like to watch 42 Counts with an audience?
Scary for me. Nerve-wracking. And exciting. What do you guys think?
What's it going to be like for me or for the audience? For me, it'll be a little nerve-wracking, I think. We haven't really had a whole lot of stuff in film festivals, so having an audience watch it will be interesting. But
just depends on how many beers I have beforehand.
Right. Yeah.
You asked an interesting question. You took that. What it's going to be like for the audience? Well, what do you think it'll be like for the audience?
I hope it's cringeworthy. I hope people get a little weirded out by it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that the whole element of it being a true, it's a true story. I think that element definitely adds to the creepiness.
Yeah.
When they walk into any place that they're living now, that they just question everything.
Right.
Basically.
You look at
people.
Because the whole thing about this is it's like a real thing. It's not like a ghost. It's like something that.
In fact,
I don't want to.
Like making this was the first time I've actually ever been scared during the process of making a film and freaked out about like what we're thinking about because someone actually did this.
Right.
Yeah. And it's something that could happen anywhere. So, and I don't want to give too much away, obviously, to spoil the movie. But it's based on a true story. Was this a big story in your area?
Yeah. It was all over the news. Yeah, I've been battling how much to talk about it because it gives away the whole film.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyone will be able to easily figure it out after they see it. And anyone from Kansas City will right away know, I'm sure.
Yeah, somebody went to jail.
They're no longer in jail, so I'm scared for my life.
Right.
Yeah, that's why Jill was most scared, is because she was afraid that this dude was going to come after her personally if he found out that any of this was happening.
Right.
So I'm glad that we're saying that now on the internet.
Yep.
Please.
By the way, Jill's address is...
Yeah, please don't kill us.
Please don't kill us.
We didn't mean it. We don't even know you.
I'm actually a few degrees away from the real people, so it's scary.
Yeah. And it's something that can, it's something believable that could happen to anybody.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm of reason. Is this your first time at Chattanooga Film Festival?
Yes. But they also run another festival in October called Frightening Ass Film Festival, which is the greatest name ever for a festival. But it's just like a couple days, like their little horror version of it. And I've always kind of lined up to play that. Like our video, I'm Ready, played this past October. But yeah, I'm excited to go to Chattanooga, their official festival, because it looks like a crazy party.
Yeah. How did the three of you get together to make things?
Jordan and I have a mutual couple friends that were in a band that I'd been talking to one of them for years about doing a new video for his old band, and his old band actually played on David Letterman at one point, so they were really big. So I really wanted to work with them, and one thing led to another. Jill and I have been friends on Facebook for years, and so I think
Adam Doria connected us finally.
Yeah. A buddy of ours that does a lot of sound design for it, or location sound for us. He
which he did the sound on 42 Counts,
right,
as well.
Right. But yeah, most like
Adam knew I wanted to do videos. You guys had some videos lined up. He was like,
how many music videos have we
guys?
Bunch.
We've made 4 music videos and a film in a year. We're pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, all in 1 year.
Yeah, I was basically just told that this was happening. So
our first video, we had a meeting, and then we went and just to one of the guys' house. We're like, we're gonna shoot this in the basement next week. Like, it was all put together in a couple days. And that was Janky's song, Miracle.
It was the most beautifully half-assed thing ever.
Right. But I think one of the coolest videos we've done is the Loogie on my own.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Who did
what
that?
in the hell is On My Own?
Oh, that was a different video we did. Yeah, no, I'm ready.
That was another rapper.
Nice.
Was it another rapper?
I'm Ready. We shot over 6 days, 6 different locations. It was like a way bigger project than even the short, at least as far as shooting.
Right. But it was fun. And it's still playing at festivals. It's playing at our Kansas City Film Fest here in a few weeks, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. The music videos, what kind of theme are they? Do they have any horror elements or action or anything?
Well, we've done all different stuff. The I'm Ready, Loogie's video is a horror video. It's like him making a pact with the devil. But the others have been all kinds. Like, we've done pop videos, and then Janky's like indie rock.
Yeah.
Videos are fun because we get to do stuff outside of that. I mean, I don't only want horror for sure.
Right. Yeah. And the pop videos we did were what did the theme of the first one? What was the first one we did?
Bicycles
and
butts.
Girls on Bicycles was basically the theme of that one. We did another one that's kind of like a League of Their Own that hasn't come out yet, and we the Janky one was like, this basement, garage band, very hazed out basement.
We like to push the limits of what we can do with how the camera moves and stuff, and so like one of them with the bikes involved like building a crane in the back of a pickup truck and driving around the city all day.
Without any permits.
Yeah, that's one.
Like a 20-foot crane hanging out of a pickup truck.
That is one cool thing about Kansas City.
Steph, if you're listening, we had all the permits.
I mean, you can kind of get a. Never mind. Move on.
Don't, Steph, cover your ears. You can get away with shooting anything anywhere in Kansas City for free.
Except
I tagged her in one of these posts. No!
I got yelled at Liberty Memorial the other day. Screamed at.
Don't shoot at Liberty Memorial.
Without a permit. That's it.
Not wearing a mask, I mean.
So, how did the film come about? Did you guys get together primarily to do music videos, or?
Yeah.
That was kind of how it started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wrote the script, Jill.
I wrote the script and knew I didn't have basically the energy to do like a Kickstarter again. And we were doing one for BFF Girls, which I helped produce. So I was knowing I'm going to run like 2 at the same time. So I had to find, a crew that was like passionate and down to make something. And all of us just all have to work on it and no one's going to make anything basically. We had already, I think we've only made Janky's video at that time, but we were about to make another video, and so we were just like back to back. We made Good, and then right into 42 Counts, and then right into I'm Ready,
Yep.
and then right into a game. We haven't stopped all year.
Actually, Keys wants to know, is 42 Counts something that you could expand on? Could you do more with it?
Oh, do more with it? Like
either I guess either another short or a feature or something.
It could be, but that's not what I want to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say the story itself is really kind of concise. I mean, the short is literally a long story short in this case because it's like everything in 8 minutes. But definitely, if you were to
aftermath of the situation,
right? If you were, I mean, you certainly could expand on the events of the film for sure. Eventually.
Yeah. As far as like the idea that I wanted to get across, I don't really want to tell more. Like it kind of spoiler-ish alert. It doesn't. There's like not really a resolution in the film, which I'm sure that was a critique of it. So it's open-ended, so people think about it. And as far as the true story is concerned, it's really just like the part of the true story where these people discovered this horrible thing. It's not like the cops showing up. It doesn't turn into like a crime thriller situation. Yeah. But you could do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like
that
was the intention.
Mm-hmm. When you have 3 characters in a story, I assume it would have to be important casting because you'd have to have 3 good people for it. So what was the casting like for 42 Counts?
Well, I love Najara so much, so she's in everything I make forever.
All right.
If
she is very good, by the way.
Was also in The Stylist. And Andrea Dover, our other lead, I had worked with her before on something very tiny, and she's really talented. Was waiting for another opportunity to work with her. And then actually our third actor, has a very small role, but is an incredible presence for like how little you see him. He's Sam Williamson, and he's horrifying. Like after a couple like takes on set, we were like, "Holy shit, you look like a monster!" Like he's pretty amazing.
How did we hook up with Sam?
How did I first hear about Sam? Oh,
I mean, we saw him.
Patrick Ray, a local filmmaker. I was looking for someone tattooed because that's kind of a nod to the true story. Not that I typecast tattooed people, but he recommended this freaking giant, tall, huge tattooed guy. I was like, and I found out Sam was in American Honey, which is one of my favorite films of the last few years, and he was just perfect for it. He's horrifying. He's also in our Good music video. He gets an ice cream cone stolen from him.
It's a little bit of a funny story because the way that he looks in the Good music video is the way that we envisioned him for 42 Counts. And then he had some other role or something. I don't know. His wife told him to shave or something. And then he is all clean shaven and cut. And we said, what now?
We wanted him to look real gritty and gross for our movie.
But he's still definitely pulled off the role more than
definitely.
He's still terrifying, so it's okay.
Yeah, scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. Would you like to work with him again?
I would.
Oh, definitely, most definitely. I think we are working with him again. Jordan and I are working with another guy that's done some animated shorts called The Iron Detective, and he's now putting together like a live action version of it. It's a noir comic book-esque type of thing, and Sam Williamson, I think he talked to Sam Williamson about playing another real small role in that. So I think we will be working with him eventually. Whenever, that's another project that's, definitely, we're trying to pull together funds and it's, when do we have an open day to shoot another day of it?
It's one of those things. We're like, okay, well, everybody's free on this day, so let's go shoot a couple of shots.
Right.
Or we have to shoot this location before like all the junk gets put back in it or something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the production design and the art that has been done on that with the costume design and everything is incredible. So Jordan and I, when we got involved, we were like, we definitely need to, if we light this right, this thing can look incredible. So we got involved.
Mm-hmm. So how long did it take to do 42 shots? From filming it to editing it to finishing it?
Well,
a long time.
Yeah.
Probably like 3 months of pre-production. 3 nights of shooting.
2 nights.
2?
2 nights.
2 nights of shooting.
Well, 2 nights and an afternoon.
And an afternoon.
For some
that
stuff
was
that
cut
did not
from
make
the
it
film.
in there.
And then we only finished it completely a couple weeks ago. So I spent a obscene amount of time editing it and go into a deep editing depression. And then I came out of it, and now I love it.
Yeah, we all had, other, jobs and life situations that, kind of put it on hold for a minute. But once we got back in there and got it to our composer that did an incredible job, and our colorist and the sound designer, like once all that stuff fell into place.
The sound is awesome.
We were like, every time I'd look at it, I was blown away. I was like, we made this?
Yeah, we shot it in July.
It was a little interesting editing process too. It was very not normal either, because Jill was editing, and it was one of those things where it's like, well, I'm gonna do it on my own computer and everything. So the process was a little bit backwards, because it's coming back around to me, and I'm doing everything that we should have done like in the beginning, but at the end.
Okay, let me explain myself. I don't know I'm not a tech person. I completely admit it. Okay, I like editing as far as the story. I don't know anything about what I'm doing with the fucking sequence format. I don't know anything about this shit. So yeah, when we had to put it back together, so we could give it to the colorist, Taylor Jones, Jordan had to go back in time and do things. I probably should just be like, how do I set this up from the start, how you're supposed to do this? But also that it wasn't something we wanted to rush. I knew I didn't even want it to come out till probably this summer. Chattanooga's kind of was a last minute idea situation. Submitted it really rough and unfinished to them, but I like to take my time with short because I want them to be able to get into festivals versus we'll finish a video in a few weeks because we're trying to get them out, because that's music comes out so much faster than a film.
Yeah, even when we were shooting it, the Kansas City Film Festival or KC Film Fest that's happening in April, even while we were shooting it, we knew that we were definitely not going to be, having it done and submitted and everything for this year at the KC Film Fest. So we definitely had been talking about taking our time with it from the beginning. So, and I think it paid off.
Jill, do you not normally do the editing on your other shorts?
No. Well, I've done it on a couple, but really, really short pieces, like Grammy, which is not even 2 minutes long. And then the little vampire blood drive piece I did, which is a minute. Even that's I guess that's was maybe why this was challenging. I like to be there and be a part of it.
Sure.
But even with the stylist, I couldn't do that. My editor was John Pata, and he was in Wisconsin. And John is so good. I expected because I'm a control freak. These guys will say that, I'm sure. I expected every time I see something to be like, oh my God, everything needs to be changed. But I never felt that way.
Oh, how about that? She said she's a control freak. Do you guys ever butt heads at all or anything?
Great.
Do we ever butt heads?
What?
We've had some arguments.
Jill and Chris butt heads more than
Gordon
me.
is our dad that has to.
I'm always like, guys.
I don't know. I think we've.
No, we're just all anxious people, and then we say stupid things, and then we apologize.
I think that's why we work well together.
More.
I say that as a question, like with the inflection at the end.
More of my thing is, you want to do what? Like, or the whole process of editing 42. I'm like, okay, you did what? Like, what'd you do here? Okay, we're trying to reassemble things, and I'm like, okay, well, where'd you put all this stuff? She's like, I don't know, in the computer.
It's in the computer.
I mean, I'm not as bad as Zoolander. The files are in the computer.
Like, Jim, come on,
Yeah, what was that? Like a footsteps? I don't know. You were looking for something. It was like a sound effect.
Oh, when I was doing my very high-tech editing sound design job, there's a few moments I had to add like a door shut and footsteps. I recorded them on my phone myself. They're horrible. Like,
yeah, there were placeholders.
In like 2 years, or a year, we should release the Jill horrible cut with the sound effects.
It's
That'd
like
be a good one.
Yeah, it's like the villain leaving the scene in like high heel clicks or something. it's like tap 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 tap.
Maybe he was a cross-dresser. Okay.
Yeah, we never saw his shoes.
You're right. We never. So for all we know, he's a super.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, we don't see.
Might see his shoes now. I'm not sure in that shot.
You don't want to add to anything. You don't want him to get more angry at you.
Right.
No, I'm pretty sure we still don't see it. I don't know. We have this really epic, like, long dolly shot that's like the first time you see Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just completely terrifying, but I'm pretty sure we don't see his shoes at all.
I don't think you do.
This is not a serious concern, guys.
A funny parody, though, would be like to redo that shot, but have him have like light up sneakers on.
Right.
Like,
You can have that. Can you do this effect, Jordan? Now you have to do that.
That's the director's cut.
You can just see Jumai in some glowing shoes.
The glowing shoes have come back like crazy, and they're way cool.
I know.
Yeah.
And wheelies. Are they wheelies?
Heelys.
Heelys.
I always wanted some Heelys.
Heelys.
I'm not sure what Heelys are.
Oh, they've got the little.
Oh, it's
the little wheel in the back of the sneaker.
Oh man.
Yeah, you work in an elementary school for 31 years. You know all the cool kicks.
Yeah. I mean, you can get really good, though, and do some sweet jumps and stuff with them.
Jordan has perfected these. I think he'll be doing some of these stunts at the Chattanooga Film Festival.
If you're at Chattanooga, look for me. I'll be in the Heelys doing some sick jumps out front.
Very good. Now I regret that I won't be there.
Yeah, I know.
So, from Chattanooga, do you have any other festivals lined up after that?
Not yet, because we've only started submitting really after or just recently to everything else.
Once we got all the color and sound locked
we
in,
won't even hear back from any festivals for a couple of months still. But us three will be in Chattanooga, and Najara Townsend, and Andrea Dover, and then Kyle Clark, one of our executive producer, will be there for the Sunday night screening. So anyone around there should come party with us.
We will be.
Definitely.
We play hard.
Yeah, and I looked at the website. They have a very cool lineup of stuff.
Yeah, they do.
I don't even know where to start with the story. David Lawson, he's a producer. He produced like The Endless, Spring, Trash Fire, Resolution, tons of stuff. He's producing the Stylist feature length, and he's going to be teaching a class that Sunday in Chattanooga about taking your short and developing it into a feature. And he'll be using the Stylist as the example. So I'm pretty sure he plans to show the film also during that class. So we'll be showing all of my movies. Not really, just two. But hopefully someone out there should hear this and give us all the money we need to make the Stylist.
Yeah. So you're going for that's your first short to feature, right?
Short to feature.
Yes. Well, right now we're shopping it around. We are looking for financing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst part ever.
Yeah. But that's cool though that hopefully you'll become a feature.
Oh, it will one way or another.
One way or another, it will.
I'll film myself going around scalping people if I have to. Wait, I shouldn't say that.
No, it'll be like 2 years from now, and Jill will be like, "Hey guys, so I had a thought."
I have a
She's like
60-day shoot.
She's like, seriously, it'll only be 37 days of shooting.
No budget. Let's go.
Crafty is gonna be.
What do your weekends look like?
Yeah. Just Aldi brand LaCroix.
That stuff's good.
I like it too. So what do you have? Are you guys going to work together after this? Do you have any plans?
I can't.
No. This is the end.
This is
Chattanooga will be the last time you'll ever talk to each other.
You're getting off that choo-choo train.
The Chattanooga we don't have anything. Well, I don't know what we're doing.
Well, I do know we're doing another music video eventually.
Of course.
When that comes together. With one of the same artists that we've worked with before. Loogie. We'll be working with him again.
Are we?
Yeah. We will.
Sweet. I just told him on Facebook today I wanted to work with him.
Well, I just told him that we are working with him.
There's another feature that's also being shopped that needs its funding that we plan to all work together on, but those kind of things are just up in the air till it happens, so you don't really want to talk about it too much. It's jinxy.
Yeah.
I got you.
The great part about that one though is they've decided. I think they've fully decided to bring it to Kansas City, which Kansas City hasn't had a very big filmmaking community as far as big budget filmmaking goes for a long time, and since Steph Scuffham, our film commissioner, who just opened the office back up a few years ago, she's got a new tax incentive program for Hollywood movies that want to come to Kansas City and shoot, and she's been all over the world going to film commission like conferences, basically shopping Kansas City to people and trying to get more work to come to Kansas City, which will hopefully not only show off Kansas City, but will create jobs within Kansas City in filmmaking, which we're all real pumped about that. So the project that Jill is talking about, those guys started looking at Kansas City, and I think they've decided that Kansas City is the place to shoot. So that's really cool.
We've submitted that project to the Frontiers Film Market. So I'm just going to blow my cover that when we don't get in, you can all feel sorry for us. But so that's really exciting. But also my worst nightmare, because if you do get selected, you go and pitch your film in front of like 300 people, all like financiers, producers, everyone you could ever dream of meeting in like the genre scene at like one time. So I'm not a fan of public speaking. As weird as that sounds, I like answering questions. That's easy, but like presenting is a different thing.
Sure. Yeah, in front of people. Yeah. Now, at the end of the 42 counts, it says in memory of Ben. Who is that?
That's my dad.
No, I did not know. Sorry.
Huh?
Oh, I did not know that. I said I was sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I put that at the end of all my stuff now. It's nothing specific about the film, really.
Mm-hmm.
He's just inspired me, and I want to keep his name out there somehow.
Mm-hmm. When did he pass away?
8 years ago.
Okay. So he didn't get to see any of your movies?
He did not, which is sad, a very sad thing.
Yeah.
I laugh to deal with sad things, apparently.
No, it's because sometimes it's a nervous reaction. But was he supportive of you making movies? Did you guys watch movies together?
We did watch movies. What's funny is he was definitely not a fan of horror movies. Neither is my mother. I don't know where I came from. But he would have been all about this because he was a photographer his whole life. So he was very artistic. And like all of our family photos we look like dead serious because he wanted to take artsy photos all the time. That's why I look like mafia freaks now. But I think he would think it's pretty cool. And he's just a really inspiring man. He moved here from Iran when he was only like 18 and not knowing English and figured everything out. I just think he's cool.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good story. You mentioned Najara, who's in the movie, and that you would work with her forever. What was the first thing you worked on with her, and how did you get to know her?
The stylist was the first thing, and I met her. Well, I met her because I went out to Palm Springs like 4 years ago to a film festival, and I was out there with my homie John Pata. His movie Deadweight was showing, and then Contracted, the film that she's in, was also showing. Mm-hmm. And so I met her. This is an awkward conversation because of the I don't know if you heard about the Contracted director drama recently.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that at all. But I met her through him and just kind of stayed in touch with her. Really, I just felt like a fangirl when I first met her. But then when I had this script, slowly realized that with the stylist that she could really play that because that's a hard role. And she just nailed it. Anyone that gets to actually finally see her act in person is like blown away by how good she is. And she's just so down to earth, has no like pretense about her. So she's no ego. She needs more of an ego, in fact. She went to a horror convention last summer where some of the girls from Etheria brought her out. And she didn't realize that, like every horror fan, especially any dude's going to come up and want like a Contracted picture signed. And she is so just unassuming. She doesn't even bring that kind of stuff with her. And I'm like, dude, you could be making a killing here. Like, normally, like, how the actors are at those things. They like at least $20 a pop to sell like a picture from your film signed. I'm just gonna ramble about Najara forever. She also has another film playing at Chattanooga that she stars in called Dementia Part 2, which plays Friday night as well. So it'll be a Najara festival as well.
Yeah, Friday night.
Yeah. Is she connected to the potential feature for the stylist?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. She is the stylist. No one can ever replace her.
Very good. And, now I asked how all three of you met, but Jordan and Chris, how did you guys get together?
We both worked for Apple, actually. So we met years and years ago, kind of as we started working together.
Like 8 or 9 years ago, probably.
and just kind of realized that we both did the same thing and eventually started Method Media.
Yeah. So what was that? 2 years ago, we started our own company called Method Media. But before that, for probably 5 or 6 years, we freelanced together on a ton of stuff, either shooting or directing or producing. We do a lot of stuff for like nonprofits in town. We do a lot of projects for different organizations like that, and we also have gone to a lot of we do a lot of music festivals too, actually, covering festivals that like go on like days in a row. Like we did a festival out in Oakland once and ran all over the place with cameras there. That was a lot of fun. It was right on the water, but yeah, we've been working together as a company for like 2 years now, and it's always you get to do the fun stuff that you don't get paid on a lot or at all, and then there's a lot of boring corporate stuff that you do get paid on. So we kind of have to balance that constantly. Right. And go back and forth between the two. So, yeah, that's kind of how our dynamic goes when it comes to our company. But we, anytime we get a chance to like work with Jill, we also produce some music videos for Shun. That's Cody Critchlow, sorry. He's been around for decades. Probably.
1 decade.
1 decade. Anyway, we got a chance to actually help produce a couple of his music videos, and we're going to do some more here in the next few months. So we're excited to do that. But yeah.
So if you could just do the fun stuff that you like to do, and the other stuff that you have to do to make money, to be able to do stuff you really want to do, what kind of stuff would you be doing? What kind of stuff would you be making?
Films and music videos.
Exactly.
Music videos are just so much fun because you can kind of do anything. Like there's nothing off limits. You can break every single one of the rules. You can put the camera in weird places and nobody thinks twice. You can just do whatever you want.
All the butts you want.
Yeah, lots of
I want to make more gangster ass videos, girls, cars. This is a call out to all rappers. Hit us up. Yeah, I want to do rap music videos and movies. If that's all. If that's the ideal situation.
Fair enough. Well, if someone out there is listening and does want a music video made, how do they contact you?
You can contact Method Media at methodkc.com.
Or what am I even saying? Sixtape.com. Don't go to methodmedia.com.
Yeah, unless you want
your
like
car wrapped.
Yeah.
That's a different company.
Jill dropped that a couple times when we weren't involved, and I was like, Jill, that's not our website.
Yeah, Jill told tens of people on a stream. So we get the wrong website.
And now they're blowing up with car wraps.
Yeah, so methodkc.com and sixtape.com.
Yeah.
Whichever one you get to first, I guess you can send an email to. And
minimum of $1 million budget is what we're working with here.
Okay, pay the bills.
Sure.
Yeah. We shoot on red.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I've never been to Kansas City, so I don't know. Are there a lot of rappers in Kansas City?
Yes, there are.
Yeah, more than you'd think, actually.
I don't
and some of them are really good.
Yeah, Strange Music is located here. Tech Nine's company, and Who else? There's
Mac Lethal.
Oh yeah, Mac Lethal. Man, I got to shoot a thing.
I'm kind of out of, it's weird because I go to rap shows, but I'm a little out of touch with like the newer rappers that are cool. I'm trying to get back in touch. Thanks to Loogie, get me back connected to the scene.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Jill's repping Paul Wall is every moment she can get. You know.
Well, I went to Paul Wall a couple of months ago, and then I went to Mike Jones a few days ago.
Man,
I'm not kidding about liking rap music, guys.
Killing it. I didn't do any of those things.
I didn't ask Paul Wall or Mike Jones if they wanted a video, though. I fucked up.
Jill.
There's always next time.
I want to make Grills Part 2.
Me too.
Grills.
Grills Part 2.
You don't know Grills?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay, thank God. No, Chris does not know.
Chris just had a disgusted face right now.
I owned 2 grills back in that time when Paul Wall was first huge. I lost one when I was drunk. I don't, and then the other one I know is somewhere in my house. I don't know where. They're both vampire grills.
Vampire ones.
Jill,
they're only gold fangs.
Jill really likes to have cameos in music videos. So for one,
I only did 1 cameo.
Right, and now you really like it and want to be in all of them.
Weren't you
Exactly.
Yeah.
You were in that Tech 9 video.
Oh, I've been in other people's videos that I didn't direct.
Right.
But
you're like a local celeb, so I guess that counts as a cameo, right?
obviously. I'm kidding. I snuck into Loogie's video. I really didn't plan on that happening in this booth shot scene we did. And I even said to him, like, dude, like, are you sure you want me in your video? For I can't remove it. And the whole time, like, we have actors in the booth. I'm not an actor. I'm turning to Bill Butts. Yes, that's his name. And I'm like, well, I cannot just, like, act normal. Like, I know I'm acting like I can't just be cool. I'm like, I'm on camera right now. What do I do?
Exactly.
Yeah, she goes into full I don't know what to do with my hands mode when a camera gets her.
And then a blunt was sparked and I smoked it.
Oh, Jill.
Wait. Are we going to prison now if I say that on the radio?
Yes.
Nah.
Nah.
It was fake weed, like in 42 counts.
Yep.
We
The
actually
Hollywood
did
weed.
talk about this. We did order Hollywood weed. I named it so many things. Prop weed. Like this fake stuff that we could actually roll into joints for our actors to kind of smoke on camera. And we got it. I mean, it looks like, I don't even know,
it's like
tea,
potpourri.
dirt. We order this stuff and get it. I'm like, well, we got to try it first. We can't let the actors
Sure.
get fucked up.
What
That
if
wasn't.
it's like,
We smoked a whole joint of this fucking thing.
what if it's like salvia or something?
I don't know what happened to us. I think I live face streamed it. I don't know what I did.
Oh, all it is
I think it gave
like
us a
those
headache.
candy cigarettes, you know, that you used to get as
That would
kids.
have been better.
It was just like the adult version of that. I think the website actually said, "Want to look cool?"
No. I did lots of research on prop weed, which there's some that they make that's like if you're actually going to show like an up close of it so it looks real versus are they going to be smoking it? Totally different
Right.
things.
Yeah, I think one of them
Let's
has
just
probably
make it
some
legal.
chemicals actually holding it together.
Yeah. Like super
Like they
glue.
look like fake buds.
One of them you'll have a fake good time, the other one you have a real good time.
So
I'm just trying to normalize weed smoking in films, you know. Every time people smoke weed in a film, they're like, "Oh my god, dude! Like, let's go get pizza." Like that's all it is, you know.
Yeah.
When what? Most people in the world smoke weed.
Everybody. Everyone does.
what are the laws like in Kansas City for weed? I mean, here in Massachusetts, it's not illegal.
Well,
It's been
Kansas City,
criminalized.
the city is
Oh.
decriminalized. So, like, if
Been
you
trying
get
to
pulled
test
over
that.
with it or something, you're gonna get a ticket for like $25 or something if you have
But until that happened, you would go to jail.
Right.
And that only happened about, a couple years ago?
Yeah, it was like 2 years, maybe.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
The decriminalization, though, we need to go past that, because it's like, that still goes on your record, like you don't go to jail, but there's still the same sort of thing on your record.
They've definitely had some hearings. I've listened to them about CBD.
Now we're talking about
CBD
awesome.
and helping kids basically with epilepsy. So I know that there are people in politics that have said no for years, and then they see these kids that are suffering, and they've literally done a 180 and changed their mind. So, it's just a matter of time, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're talking about
I'm
this
glad
now.
that this is completely changed into a marijuana legalization.
You can grow it yourself here. Mm-hmm.
I think if you bring the weed back around to 42 counts, all we've really done is show that when you smoke weed, some really nasty things happen.
Right.
No, it opens your mind and makes you find things that you didn't know were there before. That's what happens in the movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. They're not punished, so.
You get real
curious.
You get real curious.
That was how the 80s dealt with drugs and sex. Like, whoever had sex died, and that was their way of teaching lessons.
Uh-huh. And then it worked very well.
Yes.
Clearly.
So Chattanooga, what are you guys going to be doing there besides showing your movie? You said if people go up there and party with you, what would that entail?
Well, Jordan's bringing his Heelys. He's also staying. Aren't you staying at a hostel?
Staying at a hostel.
Yeah.
Who knew that Chattanooga had hostels?
Apparently, it's
I'm
like
scared.
the poshest place to stay.
I know.
I heard there's a really nice hostel in Nashville. I wonder if it's like the same chain.
Might be. I don't know. All I know is that Adam Doria, if he's listening, bailed on me. So
he's like, like all of a sudden so expensive.
Yeah, he said he got a job or something.
You've known about this for 2 months, punk.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going out there and I'm staying at a hostel because I'm
sure there's room
by myself
to lay on our floor somewhere.
Well, it's already booked.
We will be watching lots of movies. Like, it'll be the festival the whole time. The festival also has parties within it. Mm-hmm. It's fucking like morning till 1 a.m. schedule at that festival. Which I'm sure will go on till like 4 or 5 in the morning. That's how a lot of festivals seem to go. It's like you have this. I love festivals so much. It's like summer camp, and it's like everyone can like feel this thing like, this is the only time we have in this moment, and like no one ever goes to sleep. So I'm excited for Sunday when all the classes are, and it's like every class is put on by a filmmaker that I know they're all fucking crazy partiers. So every person on Sunday is going to be like dead. Like, I don't even know how they're going to be awake to teach this class.
Uh-huh.
That will be very entertaining.
They always do that. We just filmed a conference in Vegas, and the party was like at the night of the first night, and then everybody had to do things the next day, and everybody was just like, I mean, you're in Las Vegas. Everyone's been up all night long, gambling and drinking and partying.
I'm pretty sure I heard about at least one person being lost somewhere along the way.
Exactly.
That'll be me in Chattanooga. I go missing a lot.
There was a lot of like, have you seen so and so? The next morning as we're like setting up.
The hangover. They're on the roof.
Yeah, they're on the roof.
Yeah. I just went to my first film festival. I had a really good time at Boston Underground Film Festival.
Oh yeah.
BFF Girls was there. Also, Chattanooga, a good, almost like all the cast and crew is coming up for BFF Girls, which also plays Friday night. So Friday we have your night planned. 5 o'clock you see 42 Counts. Then you get some dinner. Then at 9 o'clock you see Najjar's film Dementia Part 2. Then you go to the What the Fuck block of shorts with BFF Girls at midnight. Insanity.
Booyah. It's a sweet Friday night.
The crowd went crazy for BFF Girls at Boston Underground Film Festival, and not just saying that because Drill's here, but it was true. People were just on all the different parts. They were just laughing hysterically in the crowd.
Yeah, this is not a diss on 42 Counts, but that film with a crowd will be so fun because it's so fucking weird and funny.
I saw the trailer,
excited to see
and I'm
people's reactions.
intrigued.
It is so crazy. Very glad to hear people like reviews. People are actually saying what I thought. It's so wild that I didn't know if people would really see it as positive as a message as I do. But people have called it educational in a review, and I was like, "What? I love this! It is educational."
This is very cool. So, 42 Counts. How can you follow you guys online? I think you guys already mentioned how you get in contact with you. So, does 42 Counts have an official Facebook page and Twitter and everything?
We have a Facebook page. Twitter, we're just using the hashtag 42 Counts. But yes, go like our Facebook page.
Yep, 42 spelled 42.
Not FORTY. That was a debate in the beginning of this whole process. What should we do? What makes more sense?
42, the number.
The number.
Oh, something I'd like. The title is a nod to the true story as well. The real guy was. Wait, I'm not going to say all that. The real guy was charged with 42 counts of something.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah. That's easy.
Which is interesting, yeah, because I didn't understand the name until I was watching it until the very end, and then I was like, "Oh, that's very interesting."
Same here. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a oh my god, she said the title moment.
Dude, someone pointed out to me years ago that always takes people out of the film for that moment, and I was like, "You're right." But sometimes I like it when I see it in a movie, and sometimes I'm like, "But you're always taken out." You're like, "There's the title."
Yep. Especially if it's like The Rock.
You mean the swirling shot?
Yeah.
The Michael Bay shot?
Welcome to The Rock.
Very cool. Well, it's always great having Jill on, and it was very cool to have both of you guys on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
Very cool. And I hope everyone comes out to Chattanooga Film Festival if you're in the area. It'll be a good time.
By the way, Heelys, if you're listening, I'll take a sponsorship. Thanks.
I'm sure they are. All right.
They never miss an episode.
No, they're our biggest fans. Yeah. All right, we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Stu Bedford, the director of Good Tidings.
Hi, this is Stu Jopia, producer of Good Tidings.
And this is Without Your Head.